Welcome to Soul Tribe Search Party, your go-to space for real talk, deep reflections, and unfiltered life moments. I'm your host, Breezy, and here we keep it raw, soulful, and authentic. Hit that subscribe button, and let's dive in.
Hey y'all, so this is strictly a car chronicles for my podcast because let me tell you, I am so fucking hot right now that I just had to record in my car. I had to record in my car because I'm just reflecting on like how to maneuver my energy, right? Yes. Um Like, honestly, if anybody has ever worked in the serving industry, that shit is a lot. I think that I used to tell myself that it was my favorite job, just strictly because I, I be talking about how fun the people are that I work with. And I don't know if it's just like, um, you know how stuff always just be working for you because the universe be trying to get you to maneuver yourself and get uncomfortable with stuff, so then it starts putting roadblocks. Like, I almost feel like that is what tonight was, because it was like I had the realization that I am not cool with the people that I fucking work with, bro. It is not because how my energy felt tonight. It's just that I realized that I am the one giving that job all the good energy. And if you are that person where it's like, you are consciously aware of the energy that's always going on, the shit might always be heavy and people are always complaining, it's always chaotic, but yet you're the one that's always just like, nah, it's cool, like, just do this, like, you're always the one with the motherfucking answers and shit, like, yes, because that is your fucking energy, and the fucking environment is trash, and I mean that wholeheartedly. And the reason why I'm so hot is just because, like, there are just, like, when you are battling yourself, when people are challenging you and you get out of character as a fire sign, I don't like when people are just blatantly disrespectful. Like, okay, yeah, it's one thing if it's like you're serving a table and the people are rude. Like, yes, you can just brush the shit off and just not give a fuck about the people at the table. Honestly, you really could feel that way and just stop serving them, stop being bothered with them, right? But when it's people that you work with that are like that are toxic, and like, when they are projecting because they're having a shitty day, or, their tables are being mean to them, so they're projecting on everybody and they're talking crazy as hell to their coworkers, that's when the shit is like, no. I have not mastered how to be cool with that. I have not. Because to me, it's just out of pocket, and people really do have to learn how to fucking work through that energy and stop fucking projecting on other people and take accountability for their fucking shit. Like, it's okay to be like, you know what, I just have a lot going on, my tables are this, and so this is why I'm feeling like this. But to be walking around trying to yell at people and talk to people crazy, talk about y'all need to get this and this shit done, like, bro, no. No. Like, this shit had me reevaluating if I am wasting my time even doing this. Because this is like my weekend thing, So usually I look forward to doing it on the weekends because, all week I'm kind of in isolation and I'm with my family, and I look forward to going in for these 2 days to be around people, to laugh, to, just, I don't know. But then I'm having the realization that it's not even the job that is giving that. It's me giving that to the job. Because every time I even go in there, I gotta fucking smoke, because it makes it more fucking challenging and fun. And it's not even the same, if your favorite coworker ain't even working, and it be dry as hell in there, and it be just the regular people that's left. And I was just like, damn, so y'all really gonna reveal my favorite job to me, like, that this is not it. It's not. And then that should be having you question, like, oh, now how am I supposed to move? Like, do I gotta let all these bitches know I don't fuck with them and not to talk to me? No, you don't want to change yourself for other people, but then at the same time, what is my boundary finna be? Because the fact that everybody in there is for self and they just do shit just to, for the advancement of themselves, like, that shit is crazy. It's crazy. Cause it's like, if y'all got some cool ass coworkers, why is nobody real as hell? Like, why am I the realest nigga in this bitch? And I just now realized it. Like, all y'all's conversations that y'all have is fake as hell. And yes, I am being egotistical about every single thing, because honestly, I ain't said no lies. And that's just what it is. But, like, I am being vulnerable in a sense that, yes, the energy had me heightened, because usually through the night I can work through stuff and, like, bypass all of the heavy weighted energy, because I can easily identify, like, yeah, that person's projecting, yeah, so in my head I'll be having the conversation, but I'm just really ignoring all of my external world. And then it's like, that one antagonist comes over, and then now they are directing it towards you, and as you know, it's not personal, but somebody trying to insult you in front of other people while everybody else is a key and ha, and that shit does not feel good. If you cannot beat the fuck out of somebody when they piss you off, no, that shit does not feel good when you have to turn that rage inside and be like, y'all are my coworkers. Y'all are my coworkers. Y'all are not worth my time. Like, to be peace and love. No, this is a real battle. This is a real battle with fire. And I know that people that do not have that rage, like, because somebody already said it to me before when they was like, damn, your ass be fucking fiery as hell. Shit does not gotta be that serious. Yes, I understand now that to other people with logic as their first mind, yes. But when you have different aspects that battle with each other, my first mind can be logical until it is tested, and then I'm fucking releasing the nine tails, like I love to talk about, and we are not 100% at peace with one another, so the nigga might completely take over my body, and everybody in this bitch might be dead. So, yes, I need you to watch how you're talking to me. But here I am as the person that I think I am, having a peaceful conversation in my vehicle on my way home, reflecting on how I did not end up on the news as a mass shooter at a bar, and I'm just gonna go hug my son and cuddle him and go to sleep, because now I feel so much better. And honestly, it took a while. It took the whole 30-minute or so drive um, that I was on, even though this recording is not 30 minutes, because let me tell you, I had to think. I had to think so much on my way, because before I even left work, I wanted to say some shit. Like, before I left work, I still wanted to get in last words and be like, should I tell these niggas I don't fuck with them? Like, do I need to let them know something? And it was like, bro, take your ass home. Like, the way that I was pacing, because usually I'm one where I will get my shit done and go the fuck home. I was standing around because I was literally in my mind like, these niggas got me fucked up. And they ain't even niggas. Everybody in that bitch white. That's why I also be even more fucked up about it. And it's not even that I have to be racist, because they can be cool as hell. They can be. But I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with the other side of people where it's like you're either cool or you're fucking insulting people and mad as hell, and there's no in between. Like, bro, y'all are grown as hell. So, y'all, I had to come back on here for the second day, because if I'm being real, as a fire sign, that shit had me so fucked up last night that I did go back to the source. After I had got all of that energy out of my system, talking about it, I had went to the source because I felt non-emotional. I mean, I don't want to say non-emotional, but less emotional about the situation, to where I could talk to that person more level-headed. And so I addressed the situation as such. Now, just because you address somebody about something does not mean that it will always be a good outcome, because honestly, people could be willing to not have the conversation with you, right? And so as the conversation started out, the person responded in my opinion, narcissistic way, because they were just spewing out all of these things from their perspective, which could sound crazy because, I am also on here telling things from my perspective. However, I do try to tell a narrative from an unbiased and emotional, not a logical way. Okay? So like when I'm addressing the person, I'm not saying I'm not trying to replay the whole thing to them. I am just simply explaining how I felt about the situation and basically what I am looking to resolve the issue, okay? And so even in that moment, the person was just saying all these things, and I had to just finally be like, okay, that is not it at all what happened, but that is your story, and I mean, that's your perspective, so I'm going to leave it there. And moving forward, I'm just not going to address you, basically, is what I had said, and like, to be honest, the whole texting thing is sometimes it can work for people to resolve issues, but honestly, I had just stopped talking to them after I said that, even though their response to that was them acknowledging that they did not see it that way and they feel bad and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, but by that time, I was, like, drained from all of that I just didn't even care anymore to talk about it, because in my opinion, I was like, exactly, that's where the conversation should have started from the beginning, instead of you saying all this extra shit. But that's, I can't control other people, only myself. And so I was just more upset with how I was reacting or letting myself feel, even though I shouldn't feel bad. It's just, that's how feelings are, you just gotta feel them and process them in real time. So then after I slept on it, today I saw the person and I was able to address them directly, to where I am sitting here like, listen, and I'm replaying the narrative, but I'm giving them the exact way that I expect to be spoken to as a person. And what I mean by that is, so when I have their attention, I'm looking at them and I'm saying, so for instance, the situation yesterday is, hi Bree, it looks like this was not that, can we please come to a resolve of blah, blah, blah. And that's very vague, but that's just me giving, an example of what I expect. Because on a respect level, and I'm not saying they literally have to say it exactly like that, but from a standpoint of, like, I'm talking to you, I'm addressing what the issue is, and I'm coming to a resolve with you, okay? It's not, I am just out the woodwork, snapping off, addressing you, just projecting, saying a bunch of shit that is out of emotion and has actually nothing to do with the problem and has no solution in it, because you guys understand what I'm saying. And so when I had explained it like that, where I was just simply giving an example of how you correctly address someone when you have an issue, then they looked at me like, yes, like in this moment, yes, I am understanding exactly what you're saying, and like the person literally almost started crying, because it's like, yes, me as a person, I can tap into people's emotions, okay? And so it's like, I know that you are projecting. So I'm so hot because I can't even snap out on you, because that is something that you have an internal battle with. And you cannot fight fire with fire. Like, you are having an internal battle and there's nothing that I can do for you. You have to do for yourself. So obviously in this moment, we're going to have a pointless ass back and forth because the energy is misdirected, right? And so that was the hardest part, as being somebody that is consciously aware, is like, well, where the fuck do I go from here? Like, where does this energy go? And as you guys heard me yesterday, I really was upset, and I'm saying all these things, but you know what? That is how, like, that is real raw emotion. That is how some people process shit. That's how, we got real feelings out here. And I had to come on here and take accountability and talk about it the second day, because it's a whole different energy today. It's a whole different energy, and that's what happens when you allow yourself to meet people on the same frequency as far as rising above a problem. Because there is a problem and it needs a solution. That's it, that's all. And that's really how people should approach every single thing in life. But yes, the hardest part is when you are consciously aware of it, but they are not, or maybe they are, but not in that moment, right? And you have to circle back to it, because the fact that we were able to have the conversation fully today is, yes, in the moment, this person does not, take responsibility. And yes, they know that they need to do that moving forward. But, it's still an interaction that happens too often between people. So, obviously, I have a lot of work to do as a person. And honestly, that is me also accepting one of my aspects of myself. Because it is just, it's simply hard sometimes to, you can't act like everything doesn't faze you. I mean, I'm not going to say can't, because some people probably can. But just personally for myself, I am still human, and I don't always, react to everything with peace, love, and light. Yes, I will still talk my shit. For example, I did the shit today because somebody said some slick shit, but I said my shit to myself, like, not to them, because, to be honest, sometimes when people just be talking, in quick little interactions, because that's what it was. It was like me passing by someone, and they just had said some smart shit to me. I perceived it as smart, and so as I walked off, I said my little shit about the situation, but internally, that was my aspect, getting out that energy. But internally, I was like, that shit doesn't even matter. Like, so it's not like, when I kept walking past this person, I'm not constantly, trying to say something back. I'm literally just bypassing them. To which at the end, the person ends up coming up to me and addressing it and apologizing, because she wanted to make sure that I did not perceive it in a different light. And so I lied, talking about something. Yeah, I didn't take it personally, because honestly, I do know that's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to let it roll, right? So that is why my first mind said that, because I know better. But as part of my aspect, I talked my shit, yes. But I'm not going to talk my shit to you, because I don't want to feed into that energy, and I also don't want you to think that I'm going to feed into that energy with you, because it's me. It's me versus me, not me versus you. Because I'm going to win every time. And you know why I'm saying that? Because I put myself above any situation, not above a person. I put myself above any situation, to which it's like, I overstand. You can't fuck with somebody that overstands what is going on. But yes, it is still a battle of you versus you, because shit, we still got aspects. We're still humans. So yeah, I honestly could not wait to reflect on that today. This is gonna be the first time I ever had an episode where I talked about something and then I backtracked to come back and address it. And that's also because half the time I don't even be remembering what I'm talking about. I don't, and that's okay. And sometimes stuff can seem repetitive, but shit, y'all must need to hear the message if it is coming out of my mouth, because I am a vessel, and y'all gotta receive these downloads, and that's why you tapped in. This is the Soul Tribe. Welcome to the party. Until next time.
That's a wrap for today's episode. If this resonated with you, don't forget to follow, share, and connect with me on YouTube, TikTok, and my website can be found in my bio. Let's keep the convo going.